Derek Carr in Oakland's been the tale of two stories, the rise and the fall. The climax being the broken leg Carr suffered in December of 2016. Since then, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good since the injury. So let me ask, is this Raiders' tale coming to an end? Or are we about to enter a new chapter? Let me introduce you to the plot twist known as Antonio Brown. AB, baby. What's crack-a-lack? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. And if you haven't already, give me a sub if you enjoy the content, and go ahead and give me a thumbs up and a thumbs down if you just are a mean person. I mean, I'm just relaying information to you. Jeez. But the Raiders thought they had their white knight, their knight in shining armor, their franchise quarterback, when it came to Derek Carr. Carr was getting better every year, culminating in an 87.2 passing grade in his third year before the injury. Oakland decided to reward him with a 5-year, $125 million contract. The future was bright, but he returned the next season to post a 69.9 passing grade in 2017, his worst since his rookie year. And that only slightly improved in 2018, being a 71.9. He hasn't been the same player since the injury. Not only did Carr change after the injury, but so did his team. The defense went from 14th in 2016 to 23rd in 2017 and 26th in 2018. Now, the offensive line back in 2016 was the 4th best in pass blocking, and the offensive line has just played bad since. In 2018, they were the 3rd worst. Now, going from being sacked only 16 times to 51 times, believe it or not, has an effect on the psyche of a quarterback. Carr's grade from a clean pocket was 104.8, and it's almost half when pressured, 58.1. Combine that with a defense that couldn't stop a Pop Warner football team, now you have a quarterback that's trying to keep his team in the game by playing mistake-free. And this is what I mean by that. Carr led the league last year in checkdowns, 56, which in part could be the scheme John Gruden employs, which uses short completions to move the ball on early downs rather than running the football. However, most of the NFL now chooses to throw the ball on first down. I believe the true reason for this is a lack of faith in his offensive line. He doesn't trust his offensive line to hold blocks, so he gives up on deeper routes, which take more time to develop, and he goes straight to his checkdowns and he looks to get the ball out fast. And I have 3 statistics that I think prove this. 1, his low percentage of turnover-worthy throws from a clean pocket, which may or may not suggest he's too safe with the ball. 2, his average depth of target from a clean pocket is just over 6 yards, which happens to be the lowest in the NFL, which may or may not mean he's hardly looking downfield. And 3, his percentage of big-time throws from a clean pocket ranks 5th lowest in the NFL, which tells me everything I need to know about what's going on in Carr's head. He doesn't trust his defense to make any stops, so he's afraid to take risks because he doesn't want to take his team out of the game. He doesn't trust his offensive line to block, so he's quickly looking for checkdowns because in his mind he's already feeling pressure from the defense. Is Derek Carr too broken to be fixed? I don't believe so, and I don't think the Raider organization believes so either. The Raiders have made an attempt to overhaul the defense, and they should be much better in year 2 under Paul Guenther. Yes, there are still positions that need to be addressed, like linebacker, however, this is a step in the right direction. As far as the offensive line is concerned, the Raiders are bringing back Rodney Hudson, who is one of the best pass blocking centers in the league, as well as guard Gabe Jackson, who had an uncharacteristically average year, allowing 5 sacks and drawing 5 flags. He'll be better this season, I promise. And they also went out and paid big money for Trent Brown after his breakout season in New England to replace second-year player Brandon Parker at right tackle after a rough rookie year. Now, they also bring in Richie Incognito to play the other guard position, and he's very talented, so he should do well there. And Colton Miller should be much better after playing hurt most of the season and posting the worst overall grade among left tackles. But the biggest upgrade they made was at the skill position. Drafting Josh Jacobs in the first round provides Carr with a versatile threat in the backfield, as well as adding big vertical threats Tyrell Williams, Ryan Grant, and JJ Nelson. But the biggest addition came in the form of the most dynamic receiver in football, Antonio Brown. Brown chose the Raiders, but more importantly, he chose Derek Carr. It's safe to say the Raiders are going to be asking Carr to throw the ball downfield a lot more, in the 2019 season. I mean, Williams and Brown, their combined total of deep receptions last year was almost more than half of what the whole Raider team did last year. So, yay. Matter of fact, the data supports that this is a good idea. Last season, Carr was tied with a little well-known quarterback by the name of Tom Brady when it came to deep ball accuracy. However, there is a caveat to that. 10 quarterbacks threw more deep ball passes than Carr did last season. And on that list, the quarterback with the lowest deep ball touchdowns was in fact Carr. I mean, he was chasing Eli Manning, who had 21, and at this point in Eli's career, you don't want to be chasing him. Now, I would argue that Carr didn't have the elite weapons that these quarterbacks did, and I know he had Amari Cooper for a few games last year, but there is a vast difference between the caliber of receiver Amari is compared to AB. And you know what? Carr and Brown, they've already been working out privately together, which could be the makings of a very beautiful relationship. Am I saying Derek Carr is a future Hall of Famer? No. Am I saying he's going to win the MVP next season? Probably not. What I am saying is I think he could return to being a top 12 to 15 quarterback. And if you're a Raiders fan, there's great reason for you to be optimistic about next season. So wipe those tears away, Derek Carr. There's no crying in football. I think things are starting to look up for you. Anyway, that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube stuff. Much appreciated. Do the YouTube stuff. I mean it. Please? But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.